morning. Thank you for joining us for the Alamo Together Remote Summit. My name is Adrienne Jackson. I am Director of Marketing and Strategic Communications here at St. Phillips College. San Antonio is Military City, USA. Today, we'll talk about how the Alamo College's district supports our veterans and military affiliated family members, students, employees, and the community. This morning, you'll hear from Alamo College's District Board Chair, Dr. Jean Sprague, and Chancellor, Dr. Mike Flores. Joining the conversation will be St. Phillips College President, Dr. Adina Williams-Lawston, Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Access and Success Initiatives, Patty Parma, Director of the Good Samaritan Veterans Outreach and Transition Center, Bill Mosley, Southwest District Manager for the Texas Veterans Commission, Mike Yeager, and Vincent Garcia to offer his perspective as a student. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Jean Sprague.
Well, thank you, Adrienne. Good morning and greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees as we discuss this important and showcase our programs for important veterans. I have joining with us today on Zoom our Vice Chair, Dr. Yvonne Katz, our Board Secretary, Clint Kingsbury, Gloria Ray from District 2, Joe Alderetti from Jr. from District 1, Ana Bustamante from District 3, Dr. Lorraine Polito from District 4, Mr. Roberto Zarate from District 5, Leslie Sahanovich from District 9, and our student trustee, Asia Leha. As board chair and trustee for many, many years, but also as a proud veteran of the United States Air Force, I am proud that Alamo College District supports and advocates for our military families through our offices on Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Lackland, and Fort Sam Houston, and as our colleges through St. Phillips College Military Support Services, Good Samaritan Veterans Outreach and Transition Center, San Antonio College Victory Center, and each college's Veteran Affairs offices. We do a tremendous job in welcoming our veterans and helping them get through all the processes of registration and making them welcome to Alamo Colleges. You all do a wonderful job doing that. And as a veteran, I've been in touch with many who've felt touched and have been successful as a result of these kinds of programs. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we'd like to say we are proud that the Alamo Colleges District can be a source of opportunity for our service members, active duty, veterans, and retired. So again, thank you. I look forward with you to all the program that we have following today. So have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sprague, and thank you also for your service in the Air Force. Next, we'll hear from Alamo College's District Chancellor, Dr. Mike Flores.
Thank you, Adrienne, and thank you, Dr. Sprague. We are all proud to be citizens of Military City, USA. Here in San Antonio, the military is a part of the fabric of our community. So it's only natural that each of the Alamo colleges provide services to meet the unique needs of our military and veteran students and military affiliated members. In 2021, Palo Alto College and San Antonio College, in fact, earned gold awards from the state of Texas for Veterans Education Excellence. Additionally, Northeast Lakeview earned a silver award and St. Phillips College earned a bronze award. These awards recognize the work of only 14 institutions of higher education across the state of Texas for going above and beyond their peer institutions in both assisting and also advocating for military and military-affiliated students, pursuing pathways to degree attainment and to career advancement. We are honored to be recognized as leaders in service to this population. In order to deliver these services, Alamo College's district houses a network of Veteran Center facilities with dedicated homes at San Antonio College and St. Phillips College, and building projects underway both at Northwest Vista College and Northeast Lakeview College. At both the St. Phillips College Good Samaritan Veterans Outreach and Transition Center and the San Antonio College Victory Center, we support veterans and their family members with comprehensive, personalized services and referrals. In fact, the Good Samaritan Center is unique from our other centers in that it is also open to the community. Any eligible veteran can receive support here, all at no cost, thanks to community partners that are housed within the facility. Later in the programming, we'll share more details about the diverse offerings these centers provide to our students and community. The goal of these centers and all of our services is to help veterans understand their benefits and also receive the unique wraparound support services that they need to succeed while enrolled, whether it is through our support network or through a community partner. We are happy to report our efforts are working, with student success outcomes increasingly higher amongst veteran students and military-affiliated students than our overall student population. We know there are obstacles that get in the way of learning for many of our students, and we are working in many ways to ensure our military students are empowered to not only thrive in their training and academics, but also to successfully transition from military to civilian life and beyond. In closing, I want to commend our faculty and staff for everything that they have done to ensure that our veteran students, our military-affiliated students, and their family members are safe, secure, and successful at each one of the Alamo colleges. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Flores, for your leadership on initiatives for military-affiliated and veteran students and employees in our community. Now I'd like to welcome Dr. Adina Williams-Lawston, President of St. Phillips College.
Good morning. St. Phillips College is pleased to be a part of this Alamo Together Summit in support of our military and military-affiliated students. Thanks to all of those who've spoken before, our Chancellor, Dr. Flores, our Board Chair, Dr. Eugene Sprague, and a very special thank you to the leadership at the Good Samaritan's Veterans Outreach and Transition Center through retired Colonel Bill Mosley and his team. The Good Samaritan's Veterans Outreach and Transition Center, otherwise referred to as the GSVOTC, was brought to fruition through the support of the City of San Antonio, along with a $1 million grant from the state of Texas made possible through Senator Menendez, and then the support of many others to bring resources to our community. The concept for the Good Samaritan's Veterans Outreach and Transition Center actually began, we provided services beginning in 2015, roughly 2 years before the building came into fruition. We opened the doors in 2017 to bring services to our community, a community that is otherwise designated as economically depressed, and we have individuals that are low income or moderately income individuals. And so to bring these type of resources to our community, it was phenomenal for us. And we were recognized by the Undersecretary of Defense. And we're continuously being recognized for the support that we're providing at no cost to the individuals in our community. So thank you for being a part of this Alamo Together Summit. And we look forward to you learning more about the resources that are available here in our community under one roof at the Good Samaritan's Veterans Outreach and Transition Center. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lawson, for your insight. Now to give us a more detailed picture of the district's overview of military and military affiliated students is Patty Parma, our Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Success and Student Initiatives, and Veronica Griego, Senior Coordinator, Student Success, Veterans Affairs.
Well, good morning. It's my privilege this morning to represent the cross-college veterans team and the DSO services who support them. What we're going to present this morning has been a highly collaborative effort, so it's really my privilege to represent all of those who've worked on this project. About 5 years ago, we started a journey to align our data and banner. This was a major undertaking. Until that time, records were stored on databases, on desktops. Mandatory reporting to the Veterans Administration and other agencies, and even answering basic data questions was cumbersome and labor intensive on the part of the VA team. We needed a solution and we got to work. The overarching goal, of course, was compliance, because that's a high priority in our veteran services. However, we took a universal model approach and built the system to address numerous needs. So with the support of CSI and IT, the cross-college team built VA tables and banners. We used an extensive coding system that allows us to delineate veterans from their dependents, and also to delineate the individual types of benefits each veteran is receiving or their family member is receiving. Reports were developed. Some of them are even automated, so the VA office receives these automated reports that they need every week, and that assists with the compliance part. But we also built the ability to pull demographics and KPIs, because we wanted to help everyone understand our veterans and their families from an individual college as well as a district-wide perspective. We now have 3 foundational years of data. Today, we're going to share a very small glimpse into what we are now able to do. Some of this data is new, and with the institutional research's help, we are starting to track KPIs. So I'm going to give you just a little teaser of that this morning. Okay, so the next slide. And actually, you can go to the next slide. It's great. All right, so how many veterans do we have? So these are the veterans identified through the Veterans Office at each college. It's by home college. These veterans may or may not be receiving benefits, but these are the veterans that each college has documented in banner as being enrolled and receiving some type of service through the VA office. And it's important that we really are well aware of the question that we're answering. Because of our coding system, we always want to make sure that the data we provide matches the question. Because if you ask how many veterans are enrolled or how many are receiving veteran benefits, you're going to get different answers to those questions. So I want to make sure everybody's aware this is the student veteran by home college may or may not be receiving services. Okay, next slide, thank you. So this is new information for us. Well, and this is cross college, and it will look a little different for each college individually. You can see here the ethnicity and the race breakdown. Notice that 51% are full-time students. That's quite different from our population overall. And then 68% are male. Again, that's very different from all students. And 70% of the veterans are under the age of 35. We did notice, because we looked at some of the data, that we have students all the way up into the early 80s that they define themselves as veterans. Okay, next slide. right, so what mode of learning do the veterans like? Well, for the fall 2021, they were 30% face-to-face, 45% fully distance, 30% hybrid, 22% by Zoom. This is actually a change, so we're going to be monitoring this for the trend, because pre-COVID, most of the students were taking classes face-to-face. So what you're seeing here is a difference, and we're learning whether COVID might be impacting this data. Next slide. Again, this is cross college, and it does vary for each college when you look at the individual enrollments. So these are the 4 institutes and then the 4 top programs that are veterans enrolled in. And these have been consistent for several years. Okay, next slide. All right, this is brand new information that we've not been able to pull before. We thank the institutional research for helping us. So we're now able to look at trend data, and Dr. Flores referred to the retention. You'll notice that's 97% for the last 3 years. And then the persistence is fluctuating. So we'll keep on top of that and watch it. And then the graduation rate, we've not had this before. So the 3-year is 23%, 26% for 2015. And these are the cohorts that entered as a first time in college student for those fall semesters. So you can see there. All right, next slide. So that was just a teaser we wanted to give you, because we have a ton of information. We could go on for hours, but we want to know what's the next steps. Well, we're going to be looking through this equity lens. Now, veterans have been identified in board policy as being one of our equity populations we want to monitor. We also will be looking at success strategies. Why is the rate so high for retention and persistence for veterans? And how can we possibly use some of those strategies for other students to help boost their retention and graduation? And then we're also going to be looking at what kind of services can we provide and with the community, because there are community partners that want to work with us. And then we will be working for a seamless transition from the military into the Alamo colleges, and you'll be hearing about some of that today. So I'm going to hand it over now to Veronica to share with you what some of the colleges are doing. So Veronica.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Patty. So first I'm going to do is highlight some of SPC's excellent achievements that we've done for our students. But first, let me say, SPC is the only college that has 3 different departments to support our veterans, active duty service members, and our veterans within the community. We have a department on campus for our veterans and family members who are using GI educational benefits. We have coordinators located on our installations that take care of our active duty service members. And I want to mention that SPC is the only local public college with an on-base presence. And we also have a department that helps our community veterans and their family members. And Bill will tell you a little bit more about that here in a bit. First, I want to read to you the St. Phillips College Veterans Affairs mission statement. It says, we are dedicated to providing the highest quality and comprehensive support to student veterans and their family members in an atmosphere that provides commitment, respect, and academic excellence. And here are just some of the ways that we showcase that. We offer new student orientation specifically for our student veterans and active duty service members. We offer free school supplies to our veterans. We have priority registration for our veterans and active duty service members and our family members that are connected to the specific population using benefits. One of the things I'm most proud of is that we host a graduation luncheon each semester where we outfit our veterans with a red, white, and blue honor cord to wear for commencements. We also present them with an SBC challenge coin and a special gift. And this year's special gift was an amazing SPC blue jacket. We offer computers and free printing access, laptops, hotspots. We also provide snacks, coffee, and water for our visitors. We also have coloring books and paints, as we understand that sometimes our students bring their children when they are conducting business. We have a great number of students who are looking to change our veterans interest group into a new student organization by the end of the year. We're so looking forward to that. And lastly, with all of our hard work and effort, we were recognized as a Purple Heart institution. We were also honored with the Veterans Excellence Education Recognitions Bronze Award. And again, I just want to thank you so much for hearing all of the great things that SPC is doing for their veterans.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Patty, for the wealth of information. It's my privilege to introduce the director of the Good Samaritan Veterans Outreach and Transition Center at SPC, Bill Mosley, and Southwest District Manager for Texas Veterans Commission, Mike Yeager. Bill has overseen the center known as GSVOTC since 2017, and we'll share some, can you go back a slide? And we'll share some specifics on the services that the center offers to our community. Mike is representing the Veterans Commission, which is one of the community partners housed at GSVOTC. Thank you both for joining us, and thank you for your service.
Thank you, Adrian. As Adrian said, I'm Bill Mosley. I'm fortunate and blessed and honored to be a part of this outstanding facility and St. Phillips College within Alamo College's district. I'm going to tell you a few great things about the center, but before I do, I want to remind everybody, none of these outstanding veteran services would be possible without the financial support and leadership support of our state elected officials. Dr. Lawson mentioned Senator Menendez, who is instrumental in bringing funds to build these facilities and to operate these facilities. The other thing I want to recognize is the Board of Trustees, their support with this, and our leadership at our local colleges, specifically Dr. Lawson here at St. Phillips College, who was instrumental in partnering to develop the Good Samaritan Veterans Outreach and Transition Center, along with our local mayor at the time, Mayor Ivy Taylor. Before I also begin, I want to tell you, Mike Yeager, my teammate, he's going to give you some outstanding information that they're doing specifically with counselors. But also each and every day, my staff performs outstanding services to all the veterans and family members that come through this facility and receive a type of service. We were recognized by the Undersecretary of Defense, who came from Washington, D.C. to see this outstanding center in 2017, just prior to opening. We're also recognized by the Vice Chief of Staff of the Army's Transition Office. Keep in mind, there's over 250,000 veterans in San Antonio and the surrounding communities that require service. And every year, approximately 7,000 veterans depart and transition from our 3 installations. My colleague Veronica talked about the uniqueness of the 3 departments within St. Phillips College. But before COVID, I was a part of the National League of Cities Veterans organization that traveled to Washington, D.C. We have not discovered another center like this center throughout the U.S. And one of the reasons is this center is funded through the Department of Education Title III funds, along with the city of San Antonio, who built this facility. So that is a unique partnership. And St. Phillips funds myself and the staff to operate this center. The other things I want to tell you is that we've received a lot of recognitions, and it's due to the hard work that's being done. But one of the recognitions we recently received was by the Disaster Veterans Institute that operates out of California. They travel across the world, literally across the world, and they provide no-cost transition services to veterans and service members that recently departed the service. They recognize St. Phillips College and the GSVOTC, along with only 2 other organizations, the European Command out of Stuttgart, Germany, and the Special Operations Command out of MacDill Air Force Base in Florida. So we were one of 3 worldwide recognized for our service to transitioning veterans and their family members. So it is clearly a unique partnership. This is a one-stop operation that a veteran and or family member can come in and receive multiple types of services. We have a 50-person classroom that workshops and seminars are conducted in. And yes, this continued during COVID, although it was remote, we continued serving veterans remote. We have 10 outstanding veteran service organizations that we partner with in this facility. They all pivoted very quickly during COVID and provided remote service. That actually turned into something very smart because now many of them use a hybrid approach. We see walk-in clients and clients via remotely. We have a 60-person conference room that can be utilized as well at no cost for veteran service organizations. We have 38 computers within our facility that students, family members, and other veterans throughout the community can come utilize at no cost, print out a resume, search for jobs on the internet. There's a child waiting area within this center. We have a bistro area where family members can also wait in between different workshops and seminars. One of the organizations, and my colleague Mike Yeager will talk about, and I won't steal his thunder, he has 2 counselors within this facility. He's probably going to tell you about an outstanding claim that one of his counselors received for a veteran. It was close to $300,000 back pay. I just want to remind you all, every client that comes through and files a claim may not get that type of back pay award, but what I guarantee you they will get is outstanding service, attention to detail, and dedication from the counselors that file that claim for that individual. We also have a licensed attorney that operates out of here from the San Antonio Bar Association. We have workforce employment assistants here. San Antonio homeless organizations meet here twice a week. We have a fabulous 24-person conference room that can be utilized at no cost as well. We also want to let folks know that if you have a veteran service organization, you can utilize our classrooms, our conference rooms, or our multi-purpose rooms at no cost. We have ample parking, et cetera. Just in the last year, even during COVID, we provided service to 8,200 clients. That's veterans and family members that came to this facility and sought and left with valued service. We opened August 9th of 2017. Since we opened to date, 29,335 veterans and family members have received service from within this facility. And that's from the outstanding veteran service organizations that we partner with that operate from within this facility. We engaged over 20,000 veterans throughout the community since we've been open to let them know what services we provide. We did that by hosting almost 800 workshops and seminars in this facility. And we attended over 700 different events throughout the community. Please share the word. Thank you for your service, all the veterans that are watching this, to include staff and faculty members within Alamo College's district that are veterans. There are quite a few of them, and I appreciate it. Once again, let folks know our information's on this slide to contact my staff to receive service. Thank you for your service. I'll hand it over to my colleague, Mr. Mike Yeager.
Good morning. Thank you, Bill. Thanks for nice comments. Texas Veterans Commission is proud to be a member of the GLVTC. I was there during groundbreaking and during grand opening, so I've been around a while watching you guys. According to the VA, over 1.5 million veterans live in Texas, so we stay pretty busy. In FY20, the latest time that I have figures, the VA sent about $20 billion of tax-free money to the veterans in Texas. Of that, TVC, Texas Veterans Commission, was responsible for $8.4 billion in claims, compensation, and pension, and $1 billion in education funds. So we do a lot. Not only do we help the active duty veterans, or the active duty service members, recently released or transitioning service members, but also their family members and people who have been out a while. We get people who come in from World War II and start filing claims with us. All of our free services are available at tvc.texas, spelled out, .gov. tvc.texas.gov. That's where you can see all of the great things that we do. Here in San Antonio, like Bill says, we have two claims counselors at his center. They stayed busy even during COVID. And the one claim that Bill was referring to, that veteran was a person that came in to see one of our counselors, and she noticed that the VA messed up back in 1993 and didn't get this veteran a grant that they should have taken care of. So she went back, challenged the VA, and got him over $385,000 tax-free. Now the VA has to go back and calculate another retro payment because he wasn't eligible for a spouse during that entire time. So we're still working on that. It works out to about $11,000 tax-free every year the veterans getting. In claim, the Texas Veterans Commission has several departments. We have claims, that's our busiest. We have advisors at VA hospitals, clinics, veteran centers, county offices, and institutions of higher learning such as GSVOTC. We file disability claims and appeals. We work on VA pensions and survivor pensions as well. One of the advantages of moving my two counselors from Joint Base Fort Sam Houston to the GOVTC was now you don't need an ID card to come and see us. Anybody that's in the community that is a veteran or a surviving family member can come and see us. Again, like Bill said, during the pandemic, we had to shift, and we now have virtual appointments. And to get an appointment, just go to our website, tvc.texas.gov, and schedule an appointment. Right now, all appointments are via phone. In April, we're starting to go do limited in-person appointments, and you can schedule those the same way. But just be advised, the two busiest offices in the entire state of Texas is my Audie Murphy office over at Audie Murphy VA Medical Center, and our newest office at the new VA building called the Northwest San Antonio Healthcare Center, which is located at 9939 State Highway 151, San Antonio, Texas, room 3 Delta 100. It's up on the 3rd floor. Now you need an appointment just to get into the building. So once you make your appointment, come on up to the registration desk, reception desk, and let us know you're there. We'll come and get you. We're about 2 miles from Northwest Vista over there. We're on the other side of 151. Transitioning out of the military or school can be pretty scary, especially when it comes to a new job and a new career. That's where our employment services come in. Our veteran career advisors not only help veterans who are transitioning and have been out for a while, but their spouses and eligible dependents also. Translating military experience into civilian skills is a top priority, along with job matching, resume writing, and interview preparation. We host workshops statewide, career fairs, and we work with employers to open up job markets for veterans. Career advisors have a local network of veteran resources and referrals, not only for jobs and training, but to help with issues like homelessness, child care, even getting VA medical care. You'll find veterans career advisors and the workforce centers across the state. You have to sign up for a Work in Texas account to get to a career advisor. Sometimes a veteran wants to strike out on their own and be their own boss. That's where our Veterans Entrepreneurship program can help. We have veterans business consultants who work with veterans and spouses who want to start or grow a business. These consultants stick with a veteran from start to finish, helping to develop business plans and connecting the veteran with financial resources, contracting, franchising, and things like that. The Entrepreneur Program also hosts podcasts and webinars on business-related programs and resources. So what if you want to go back to school? Our Veterans Education Department, as you all are well aware of, TVC is the authorizing state agency for GI Bill, benefits, schooling, and we also administer the Hazelwood Act. Hazelwood Act's unique benefit to qualified Texas veterans who initially enlisted in Texas or enlisted Texas as their home of record during the initial enlistment. This act provides 150 hours of tuition-free exemption to Texas State College or University, and also has a legacy program where they can send it to their children. We also have a healthcare advocacy department. They're here to help you with accessing care, from appointments to prescription to non-VA healthcare. Our advocates speak up for the veterans, make sure the veterans understand their rights and responsibilities. Our advocates are also deployed in VA hospitals and medical centers. Did you know there's about 200,000 female veterans in Texas? Many of them don't realize they've earned benefits. That's why our Women's Veterans Program is working to connect with these women and help them with these benefits through outreach, legislative efforts. The Women Veterans Program works with veterans, women veterans resources, creating a network of nonprofits and government agencies that assist women veterans. They also work to connect women veterans with each other, and the Texas Veterans, and Texas celebrates Women's Veterans Day every year on June 12th. Our Veterans Mental Health Department is working to expand mental health services all over the state, especially in the rural areas. We provide training in military culture for law enforcement, social service agencies, and mental health providers. We have military veteran peer networks, which feature veterans helping veterans. We also work with law enforcement to provide mental health treatment options for justice-involved veterans, like the Veterans Treatment Courts and veteran dorms for incarcerated veterans. Now we have our Veterans Fund for Veterans Assistance. Every year, this fund awards millions to veterans serving nonprofit and government agencies across the state. This year, we gave away $33 million in grants. These grants support a wide range of services and families such as food, housing, financial aid, clinical counseling, and job skill training. Grants go through the Veterans Treatment Court and Veterans County Service Officers. Of course, you have to apply, and this year's application closed last November, and we'll open up again here this spring. Most of the money from these grants come from the Texas Lottery. The $2 scratch-off ticket that says Veteran on. Buy those, submit. All that money is fenced money for the Texas Veterans Commission. For more information on these programs, go to our website, tvc.texas.gov. Fill out a contact form and tell us exactly what you need, and we'll get back with you. Bill has,
Oh, sorry.
Bill's been gracious to let us use not only the rooms for our two counselors, but we hold many training sessions throughout TVC and the 54 counties, and we work over there and do lots of good stuff with Bill. Thank Bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike, for that information. Thank you to Bill. Please join me in welcoming Vincent Garcia, a veteran and a student at St. Phillips College, to share the student perspective.
My name is Vincent Garcia. I am a U.S. Army veteran of 8 years, 4 National Guard, 4 active duty. I previously was a student at Palo Alto College, where I got my Associate of Arts degree in liberal arts, as well as Associate of Arts degree in teaching. I also went on to Texas A&M, where I got my bachelor's in history with a minor in kinesiology. And now I'm at St. Phillips College going to school for my Associate of Applied Science Information Tech Cybersecurity degree. I'm not from San Antonio. I was originally born in Fort Carson, Colorado. I'm a military brat who moved around with my dad. Joined the military from the state of Texas, though, and I served active duty for 4 years at Fort Carson, where I was born. So I joined the military straight out of high school. I did 4 years National Guard from 2004 until 2008. I left the military, moved to Texas from North Carolina, where I was in the National Guard. I re-enlisted for active duty in around 2009. I served in the Army for both those, and I left the military in 2012, where I started my schooling at Palo Alto College. When I first started schooling at Palo Alto College, I was using the Chapter 33 Post 9/11 GI Bill. That took me all the way until I got to Texas A&M. where those benefits ran out. And because I was a disabled veteran, I was eligible to use my Chapter 31 voc rehab at the time, which helped me continue my degree to get my bachelor's. Now, with that running out, I am using my Texas Hazelwood Act, which is a state of Texas VA benefit given to veterans. When I first went into school, I knew nothing about the benefits other than the minor information they gave me when I was leaving. When I went into Palo Alto College, the VA office, they sat me down, they explained everything, all the benefits I was entitled. They let me know how to go about applying. And from there, my knowledge grew the more I went to school, and it helped me be to where I'm at today to continue my education. I was supported by the VA every step of the way. Every semester, I met with an advisor. They constantly kept up with me, make sure I was doing well in school. They provided me a work study position where I worked as a VA student work study. It was a constant support system that I had nonstop through point A all the way to Z until I graduated. I saw the care that I was given and I wanted to give that back. So I'm always willing to help students who have questions about the GI Bill. I've used two benefits, and I'm currently using a third one now. So I know more than what I did when I first started. I want to help those students who were in the same position I was at, who knew nothing coming into it, and I'm hoping that I can help them proceed to graduation as well. The biggest thing that you can do as a student is reach out to your VA education office. That's what they're there for, to answer any questions you have. I mean, I like I said, I didn't know anything when I went into Palo Alto College, and the team there at the time, they just sat me down, they helped me. All they asked, if I had questions, I asked them. At this time, I'm really just trying to broaden my horizon in education. I ultimately want to become a teacher, so this is kind of a hiatus for me just to learn new things. I do plan on looking for a university to where I can go and get my master's in history with a minor in either coaching or a minor in European studies.
Thank you for sharing your story, Vinny, and thank you for representing all of our military and military affiliated students. We appreciate all of our speakers today. Thank you all for taking time to talk to us and to answer questions. As we move into the questions and answers portion of Alamo Together, I encourage my colleagues to post questions now. We'll answer as many as we can in the space that we have right now, but if we run out of time, I promise that we'll take the remaining questions and do our best to answer them and get those answers back to you. Please keep questions related to today's topic. And here's the first question. It is, Patty, if you'll please answer, are these duplicated numbers? I think this is the slide a few minutes ago that you presented.
They are unduplicated. So those are individually one counted, and that was fall data. So those are home college, individual veterans at each college.
Thank you, Patty. Another question. We talked about special populations, and I think we talked about 4 or 5 different populations. Can you explain what all of those special populations are?
Are you referring to the different types of benefits, or?
No. We have active duty military.
Oh, yeah.
We have veterans, we have retirees, and what is military affiliated?
Military affiliated means anyone. It's really a cross umbrella term for anyone that's affiliated with the military in any way. And a good example of that people usually don't think about are their dependents. Dependents are considered military affiliated. So they are eligible for the benefits, and the veteran can pass along some of the benefits to their children or spouse. And Hazelwood is a very popular one that we see the children and spouses of veterans use. That one's especially in Texas.
Good, thank you. Another question, will similar military buildings be established at any of the other campuses?
Well, that's really a question for the board members or their presidents, but I know we are seeking to provide spaces at each college, designated for the veterans. So Bill, I saw you come on. Did you want to
Yes.
respond?
Yes, so just to dovetail off of Ms. Parma, obviously there's the Victory Center at San Antonio College, and the board and the chancellor have been instrumental in bringing new facilities that are in progress at Northeast Lakeview and Northwest Vista. And that's Senator Menendez was very instrumental in securing funds for both of those. So there'll be unique centers at each installation at each college shortly.
Good, thank you,
Now,
Bill.
keep in mind, most of those centers are focused for supporting veteran students. And that's why Ms. Parma had us talk a little bit about the GSVOTC. We support students and non-students throughout the community. So the majority of the population that receives service from the GSVOTC is actually non-student veterans. Thank you.
Thank you both. Can former spouses get assistance?
That may be a question for Veronica if she's still on. She's she's our subject matter expert. So, Veronica, you still on? There you go.
I still am. I'm sorry, Adrian. Can you repeat that question?
Sure. Can former spouses get assistance?
So it just depends. I would say for them to visit their Veterans Affairs office, because there's several different things. It just, like I said, it depends upon, it's just so difficult for me just to say it in one word, but it depends upon whether they had disability ratings, were they enlisted, things like that. So it's just best because, like I said, it kind of gets a little complicated sometimes. So just asking, going to your nearest veterans office and asking that question, and then they can get into the specifics of what they need in order to answer that question. It's like I said, it's just so difficult trying to narrow everything down within this few seconds just to answer that one question.
Good, thank you, Veronica. With medical education facilities on Fort Sam, do any partnerships exist to connect health science majors to recruiters?
I don't have that answer in front of me, but we certainly can get it for whoever posted it and respond to everyone. We do have a strong military connection through Betsy Hamilton at St. Phillips. And I know she works tirelessly to support our military and also to help with the transition. So we'll get the answer for that. Thank you for the question.
Good, thank you. Can you explain what the Hazelwood Act is and how that's different from other veterans benefits?
I don't know if Veronica wants to take it. I can answer it, but go ahead, Veronica.
Okay, thanks, Patty. So the Hazelwood Act is actually a state-funded, it's state-funded. It's not through the VA. It's something that is specific just to Texas. So you've had to have been enlisted or home of record be in Texas, and you have to have been in the military for a specific amount of time. So it's more of a state benefit than it is a federal benefit.
Good, thank you. Mike, there was a positive comment about the excitement of seeing the northwest side of San Antonio's new VA center. Can you talk a little bit about, is that the one that you said you had to have an appointment to get into the building?
Yes, ma'am. That is the new VA building, and that is called, by the VA, that's called the Northwest San Antonio Healthcare Center. It's a mouthful. And I have an office up there, like I said, in room 3D100, and I have 10 counselors up there. And they can handle everything. But yeah, the VA requires you to have an appointment just to get into the building. You either have to have a medical appointment or you have to have an appointment with the VA or TVC before they leave and let you in the front door.
Good, thank you, sir. Bill, you talked about some of the community partners that are inside of GSVOTC. What are some community partners that maybe don't have an office but are available through the GSVOTC for other types of services?
No, that's a great point. Whoever asked that question. Keep in mind, we're limited with office space, private office space. There's currently 9 private offices within the facility, but we do partner with over 200 veteran service organizations outside of the facility. So the homeless organizations we refer outside the facility to. Several types of mental health support agencies we provide referrals to. Texas Veteran Network is an organization that is headed up by the Alamo Area Council of Governments that has a lot of different partners under their organization, and they're a big organization we partner with. So it's the Texas Veteran Network, and in there they have homeless, food assistance, utility assistance, additional employment assistance, resume writing, etc. But our focus here are claims, which is a majority of what a lot of the veterans require, claims assistance, legal assistance. We have Onward to Opportunity, which helps transitioning service members, Grace After Fire, which is an organization for female combat veterans, the Small Business Administration, the San Antonio Bar Association operates out here. If anybody wants to contact us direct, I put our contact information. If we don't provide the service they need here at the Good Samaritan Veteran Center, our partners throughout the community will have additional and complementary services. Nobody leaves without connected to a veteran service organization.
Thank you, Bill. Veronica, you touched a little bit on what Betsy Hamilton does and what military support services is, but can you talk about what our physical presence on JVSA San Antonio looks like, and what types of services can be are offered on those locations?
I can't. I'm so sorry. I don't know exactly. I know that at each installation there's a coordinator who handle all of our students who are using tuition assistance. And so these coordinators are walking our students through the steps with filling out paperwork, getting them registered for courses. St. Phillips College also has designated classes and space for students to attend these classes there, which are on our installations. But Betsy would probably be our best one to tell us about that, and we can get those answers for you. But definitely there's a coordinator at each of the installations that kind of walk our students through each of the steps that are needed and necessary as paperwork goes and as far as advising.
Good, thank you. Patty, can you, or maybe Bill, can you tell the difference between GSVOTC and the Victory Center at SAC?
Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, no, that's a great question. The Victory Center at SAC was San Antonio College, was funded by San Antonio College and is currently located on the campus. Their focus is to support veteran students with a different array of services. The GSVOTC facility was funded by the city of San Antonio. We're currently located 2 blocks from main campus at St. Phillips College, and we support all veterans, whether they're active duty, guard, reservists, dependents, and family members, to include students. So oftentimes, Tammy, my colleague that operates the Victory Center, they'll send clients over here to receive different types of services that they may not be a student at San Antonio College. We all complement and work together. I think it's outstanding that Alamo Colleges has a focus to support veterans and family members. And I think we can do it all from within all 5 colleges. So the uniqueness is we support the entire community. Oftentimes we'll have workshops and seminars from a nonprofit veteran organization that wants to teach veterans how to write a resume, how to conduct interviews, how to search for a job and things like that. That'll be done within the center at no cost.
Thank you, Bill. I am an Army brat. Happy to say my mom is a retired soldier. My mom went into the military in 1981, which was not that common for a woman who had children. There were some restrictions for women who had children. And so my mom was actually a trailblazer. So military affiliated issues are very important to me because I've been military affiliated for about 40 years. I want to thank you all for joining me today. We are still available for questions if you want to post those, but we're going to be wrapping up here in a minute. I want to wish you all a wonderful and restful spring break. It's been a tough year. That break is very necessary, I know. And so please go and come back refreshed with great stories. And I want to encourage you all to come together again for Alamo Together, hosted by Palo Alto College on April 21st. Thank you so much. Take care.